This assembly video applies to BILT hard full beam, log splitter models in 30-ton, 35-ton, and 40-ton configurations. Follow along in your operator's manual. Always have someone to help you. Set the shipping crate on a solid flat surface, and cut the shipping bands to disassemble the crate. Before beginning assembly, locate all parts including beam with wedge and hydraulic cylinder, hydraulic tank, engine and pump, wheels, fenders, small and large log catchers, tow bar and support leg, high pressure hoses, clear oil hose and hardware kit. Step 1. Install the oil fleeter, using a 27mm wrench to install the filter into the corresponding port of hydraulic tank. The tightening torque should exceed 60 Nm, a tolerance of plus or minus 5 degrees is allowed. Step 2. Install the tow bar. Remove the bolts, washers, and lock nuts from the hydraulic oil tank, and set them aside. Rotate the support leg to a vertical position, and lock it in place using the lock pin. Ensure that the tow bar is approximately level with the ground. You will need an 18 or 19 wrench. Attach the tow bar to the bracket on top of the hydraulic tank, using the appropriate bolts, nuts, and washers which removed before. Step 3. Install the wheels. Remove the cotter pin and castle nut from the axle of the hydraulic oil tank. Set them aside. Remove the plastic shipping caps. Be sure that the tire valve stem is facing out, and slide the wheel onto the axle. If the wheel bearing is accidentally knocked out, just install it back. Thread the castle nut onto the axle and tighten by hand. Adjust the castle nut to align the holes. Make sure not over tighten. Insert the cotter pin removed at the beginning into the holes and bend with pliers. Install the axle cap using a soft mallet, and repeat these steps on the other wheel. Step 4. Install the beam. Stand the beam vertical on the foot plate, recommended to be installed by 2 people at least. Remove the hitch pin and or pin. Roll the tank into position so the pivot holes on the tank and beam are aligned. Secure the beam with the hitch pin and or pin removed before. Block the wheels to prevent the frame from rolling, and pivot the beam into the horizontal position. Check whether the lock pin automatically aligns and inserts smoothly into the corresponding hole on the tow bar. Ensure smooth operation of the lock pin. Step 5. Install the engine. Place the engine and gear pump assembly onto the engine mounting plate of the hydraulic oil tank. Secure it with the appropriate hardware according to your unit as specified in your operator's manual. You will need a 13mm or 14mm wrench. Step 6. Install the hoses. Remove the red shipping plug from the gear pump. Using the provided hose clamps, connect one end of the clear oil hose to the pump inlet, and the other end to the hydraulic tank. Please ensure the 2 high-pressure hoses are connected to the correct positions. Remove the white shipping plug from the gear pump, install the O-ring into the outlet fitting, then attach the hydraulic hose assemblies end to the pump outlet connector, tighten with a torque of 50-60 Nm. You will need a 27mm or adjustable wrench. Screw the B-end nut of return hydraulic hose into the oil filter inlet connector, and tighten with a torque of 70-80 Nm. You will need a 27mm or adjustable wrench. Step 7. Install the log catchers. Attach the large log catcher to the engine side of the beam using the 16mm wrench and appropriate bolts, nuts and washers referred to the user manual. Attach the small log catcher on the opposite side with appropriate bolts, nuts and washers referred to the user manual. You will need the 17mm wrench and 6mm Allen wrench. Step 8. Install the fenders. Attach the first fender to the side of the hydraulic oil tank using the 16mm wrench and appropriate bolts, nuts and washers referred to the user manual. The safety reflector should be facing the back of the hydraulic tank. Repeat these steps on the second fender. Step 9. Complete your installation. Remove the pins from the control valve lever, Then secure the lever by reinserting the pins once it has been raised to the proper position. Now your log splitter assembly is complete.